What's up, gamers? Today we're going to try to do the Juggernaut. The boys asked me to play this. Uh, they originally asked me to do a no move run, but I don't think I can do that. So I think we're going to do something like this. And try something like this with the stationary. We're going to try to move as little as possible. At some point maybe we'll be able to not move at all, but to start off with we're going to have to move. So the main problem with this weapon is it's got a big sweeping attack that's awesome. However, it misses things that are close. So if you don't get the invulnerability, you don't really have any way to kill these things to start off with. So with this one, we're not going to get move speed. We're going to get stuff that adds to our armor and some big weapons, and see how this goes. We want attack speed. Oh, we picked up a gem to start off with. Let's see. Pierce, not great right now, so we're not even going to put that in. I would like to get a close range weapon fit in here maybe, but I don't know if I can, because maybe something like this just to start off with, just to get something close range so that we're not getting hit too hard. We're going to do the combined game. And I'd love to find some armor or attack speed. This one's minus armor. I'm actually going to sell that to pick up the range. The Juggernaut can't use dodge if I remember right. No, maybe that's the Butcher. One of them can't. Anyway, we'll shield is a good piece of armor. Let's go and see what happens with this. We're still not obviously there. We'll need to get some more. So this adds 30% armor, so we all have 7 armor up to 51. We got another gem, adds move speed. We don't really care about move speed, and we don't care about pierce, so those are 2 pretty useless stats. We're looking for lifesteal or armor. I like that because it adds to the damage. This is a combined 3. So we would need 3 of these to get that combined. We'll go ahead and lock it in. keep our eyes out for something that we like better. Tier 1. I'm gonna pass on that. Let's go ahead and go into floor 3 and see if we can. Oh, we're standing still right now, so we're getting there. Of course, we can't stand still for the statue. We have to get that. And I want the barrel. Another tier 1. Another tier 1. Alright, we're gonna sell this so that we can do a little moving around here. We want this, gives us more range. So this one has a range of 82, 114s. That adds armor, but gets rid of dodge. Huh. I've not used this weapon yet, but I do like it, but it's a tier 1. If I got it, I'd have to do some rearranging. Let's see what we can do rearranging wise for a second and see if. What does it take? 3 and 3. So 3. So we would need one more slot that way. So if we put this here, this here, this here, this here, that will slot in. We're going to try that instead of this. And put our armor next to this guy so that adjacent armors get extra armor, and that also gives us the adjacent to this, which gives adjacent armors. Yeah, I think that's the way we're going to run this and see how that works. As always, you definitely want this guy. I think we're going to start off by upgrading this. If I can figure out a way, I would like to fit this shield, but I don't think I can do it right now, so we're just going to hold it off. Out of rerolls, there's a blue halberd that would have gone nice with our other blue halberd, but we've already sold it, so let's see how that new axe does with the cloud of smoke down. So the claws for short range and these big sweeping weapons for long range seems to be working decent. Keeping our eyes out for points of interest. Well, we didn't move that round. We picked up barrels. Still need another claw. Ton of armor. Ideally, this would touch this to gain the bonus armor, because this gives bonus armor to everything it's touching. We're looking now to see if we can find something that makes us happy. There's our third claw. Definitely taking that. So this will combine. This will go here. Gain 16 instead of 12. And we'll go ahead and put this one on there as well. Like this guy. And we always like those, but we can't buy it. Didn't pay attention to the money. This is an interesting, the Heaven Splitter. We're not going to get it, but it's an interesting weapon. Alright, we're going to try to stay still again. Unless there's a point of interest, that's going to be our exception. So we don't have the range to hit everything, and some points of interest you have to stand by, so no points of interest yet. So we're just going to keep seeing what we can find. We're getting a little bit hit, which is a little rough, but we didn't take that much damage, and we're back to full health at the end, so can't really complain too much. Upgrade that. Put that. Get our damage positive. Some more life steal, which we're going to need later, but we'll hold off on it right now. That's negative armor. Not taking anything that does negative armor. I'll lock that in. I am going to sell one of these guys for this. More attack speed, more melee power. This converts +1 range for each armor, so our range is getting pretty high. Let's keep getting our range higher. I like that. I think we'll go there. Try to stand still again. Eventually we're going to try to get our range all the way to max screen so that everything just dies. Let's see if with enough attack speed and enough range, we can just stand in one spot and kill everything. Kind of working right now. I'm missing a barrel by not moving, but alright, just like our run yesterday, these boots, our armor, negative move speed. So we're looking for a specific item. There's an eye that adds to damage, and then there's that fan that we got last time if you're not moving. So we're looking for a couple specific items, and if we get those, this run starts to get easy. Definitely picking this up. We got these boots last run. It really lowered our attack speed. However, they added to armor and vitality, and they're a way to do damage if you do have to move, and that can be very useful. Some more attack speed and crit chance. I think I'm gonna take that over this. We're mainly looking for some good power items at this point to push us up over the top. Things that get our attack speed higher, things that get our armor much higher, and things that get our range higher. Not life stealing enough yet to feel comfy with this, but we're not dying either. That's gonna hit us. I don't like that. We need more attack speed is what I see here. Another blue one of these, we'll lock it in. More armor. Not taking those because they're negative lifesteal, and lifesteal is going to be a major attribute for us. So the question becomes, do I like this more than this? I think I do actually. Gets bonuses equal to armor and mighty weapons nearby. So we're gonna sell this. That was a neat try. I'm gonna put this in. So now it's touching a whole bunch of armors, which we can even make it touch more. that. So now this is touching armor on every single spot except for this one. There's some more life steal. I think I'm almost done with these guys where I want them, but maybe I'll lock in one more. My attack speed's not high enough to take another hit, so okay, we'll move this and this down for a second. Nope, we won't. We're gonna lock this in because we don't have enough money to buy it and upgrade it. So I'm going to start off by just clearing some things before I move into that summoning circle. Alright. Having to move around because I summoned the elites. All these birds are moving too fast, so we'll have to figure out something to deal with them better. That was kind of rough. Alright, you and you come out, you come in. Combine up that. This back in. This back in. Go ahead and get that. Haven't gotten the greatest gems. On lifesteal, increase vitality by 1 up to a max of 10. Put that there. See what happens with that. We need a lot of things right now. We're just gonna kind of spin through and see if we can get lucky here. Speaking of lucky, luckstone. Chrono dice that adds luck. Alright, let's give this one a whirl. Yeah, the dump moving is very difficult when there's all these area of effect things on the ground everywhere. So 100% we're getting that armor item. More life steal. I would like to get this, but don't think I'm there yet. So this has had 525 enemies killed, and that's only at 56. We picked up some new gems. Let's see if we... Critical chance, sure. Plague, sure. Increase armor by 2 for every 5 enemies killed, up to a maximum of 7. So let's put it on something I think that's doing the most kills. Another armor, another lifesteal. Don't want negative lifesteal. And as I'm sure you guys have seen many times, I never seem to mind tanking my experience in the early game if it means I'm going to get somewhere in the late. I'd like to get these. All adjacent weapons gain attack speed for standing still, but I don't think I want the tier 1 version. Armor. That might be the end of our rerolls right there. Let's go ahead and see what happens on this floor. We've got this elite. He's almost dead, I think. He is dead now. Took a little bit longer than I expected to kill him, but I mean, we're taking quite a few hits here and not really taking damage. We're not quite life stealing more than they're dealing, but you know, I'm gonna move because I didn't like how much damage I was taking. I mean, it's kind of working. Taking quite a bit of damage though, and I don't know if I like how much damage we're taking. We're going to move this down, mainly because I want to be able to fit another armor item here and here. That may not happen, but I'd like to. Right now, I'm going to put these here, pick up this guy, which adds 18 more armor. Armor's up to 140. I mean, we're getting somewhere. So I can't replace lifesteal. So this, by doing what I just did there, these add +6 armor per, where this was just getting 1 +6, so it's 18 versus a 12, and these are 12 combined, So that was a little bit more armor. If I had another 2-slot armor like this shield, I would throw it in there. I'm actually gonna take this down because another piece of armor right here. We're up to 163 armor, and every piece of armor, adjacent weapons gain +1 range for every 2 armor, so we have plus 80 range on these guys. So this is up to 135, 111, and 103. It's pretty decent. What we're looking for now is something that either upgrades our weapons or gives us more armor without losing. So this is 12, that's 4 each. So 2 of those would only equal 8 plus the 6. It's 12 versus 6 here. So this is 18 and these would be 10, so that'd be 20. So it would be a bonus to add 2 of them instead of 1 of them, but I only have 1. I'm just not going to try to risk it for that. We are going to do this. I'm going to put this out for a second, throw that in there. If we can pick up 1 more shield or armor piece, we'll throw it in there. If not, we'll figure out what we're going to do. So something like that. So this gave us a total of 16, where this was given 18. However, it gave us another shield. So I think I'm on board with that. I need 1 more of these guys. Another shield. I'm not going to go for shields necessarily over anything. This is close to working, so I'm going to go ahead and lock it in. We're going to go to the next floor. So there shouldn't be an elite this time. A bunch of little guys. Picked up some gems, some points of interest. So the not moving isn't really possible yet. There's way too many area of effects, which is what I was telling the boys. I didn't think I'd be able to do that. Let's see, increase armor with every 5 enemy kills. Put that there. We'll put this one here. Is there a life steal on a hit? No, but there's a critical. Critical chance by 7. Critical chance by 7. On life steal. What is this one? On hit. On critical hit. So we're going to put the critical hit over there and put the on hits on there. Let's see what else we get. Okay. So this is dodge chance for each -1 move speed. We're at -49, so that would make our dodge back to positive. I think that's better than lifesteal, honestly. So we now have a positive dodge again. Still looking for that eye that I'm talking about. I tell you, when I'm not on stream, I get these items like almost every time I play. But when I'm on stream, it seems to be really hard to find. So we're going to sell this. We're going to pick this up. That's going to put our health at 1 to start the round. And we don't have a revive, or we have 1 revival. So we're going to have to say a little bit of a prayer not to waste our revival. But see what happens here. Well, those are some. We want to do this one without a doubt. So that just picked up decent amount of damage. We're going to lock this guy in and we're going to go to the next floor. Starting with 1 health. See if we can lifesteal our way back up to something that's useful. We're going to have to do a little dodging. We haven't even... There we go. We've started lifestealing. I was like, we haven't even started lifestealing yet. That was big. We just got a healing potion. Do a little dodging around right now. Alright, let's do some standing still for a second, because I'm trying to do the stand still if I can. So many little monsters that we're just not killing. Got another gem. Let's see what we got here. Move speed again. Attack speed. Definitely want attack speed. We're going to choose attack speed again. Our attack speed is +9 if we get this in here. Let's put that in there. This is the critical hit weapon now. Put that in here for vitality up. Move this down. We'll go ahead and pick this up. Adds another set of armor. Another big guy. I don't know if I want the big guys. How are we feeling about that? Let's go ahead and do it. We'll get 2 elite enemies, and our health will only be 30 something. Don't know if I want that. Kind of want this, but I don't know what I get rid of to take it. It would go right here. So if I got rid of this, it would be attack speed. This is lifesteal and thus damage. We're going to do this for right now. A little bit less lifesteal. get some more armor. Our armor is pretty crazy. I'll put this out. So this is the weapon I was talking about, the dual swords. Adds 50% attack speed when not moving. Adjacent weapons benefit from the same attack speed. I'm going to lock this in because it's blue. And we'll see what we can find here. Alright, that's a guaranteed. So what's that more important than? I think that's more important than a whetstone. Each one of these shields is blocking 34 damage, which is pretty nice. And little tiny shields are blocking so much damage. Let's give that a try. We're gonna have 2 elites. Our attack speed's getting pretty high. Our range is probably through the roof. I didn't even look to see what our range was now. There's the elite. One of the elites is dead. Other elite dead, I think, or... Yep, elites are dead. Alright. I think this is the point. When we start doing a little rearranging and figuring out if we can get this put in here. So I'm going to sell this. I'm going to sell this. It's going to make us negative attack speed right now. But I put this here. We don't want that right now. So this now makes all of these let's see, this makes all of these attack 50% faster when we're not moving, which is pretty big. There's attack speed back to positive, and I do want my attack speed back to positive, but I think I'm going to try to do it a different way. What does this add? Dodge chance. Go ahead and drink that. So this is armor and vitality, but negative block speed or attack speed. Buy this. Buy this. Put this. And we go with that for the turn. So now our key is to start standing still. You see our attack speed is way faster, even though we have negative attack speed right now. I'm gonna come over here to this. Keep an eye on our life total. Again, want to stay still if we can so the attack speed goes up. That worked pretty good. What do we get for gems here? Pierce, which we already seen. Deal shock on hit. What did this one do? Attack speed. So we're going to do the attack speed bonus, obviously. We're going to do the vitality up. Don't care about Pierce. Alright, so we want the armor. It's going to give us more negative attack speed. Not liking my negative attack speed, but we'll get out of that eventually, I think. Hopefully we're one item away from fixing that. Some more range. I'm going to get rid of these to pick up the more range. Our range is now 204 on this weapon. That's pretty far. How is this done for kills? We're at 868. If we can get another blue, our recovery is only 5. So this would have been a great weapon on our last run. This is one of the ones I was looking for. For your recovery, you get a melee power, magic power, and projectile power. But we did not get it. So we're going to lock it in for this one. And there's the other item that I was looking for. 10 recovery. I'm not going to lock that one in. That one would hurt this run. Gonna go down to 12 lifesteal though, for the more luck. And armor over the ring. Okay, I think just about, well, I'm out of money. Lock that in. Trying to kill these elites while we have the invulnerability. We killed one of them. And there's the second one dead. Now we're just going to stand still. See if our lifesteal outdoes the AoE damage from this floor. It seems to be doing alright. We're going to move a little closer to these gems. So yeah, that seemed to work okay. Only got 2 spots. Always take this. Our halberd's up to +9. And critical hit. Life steal on hit. So this is the on critical hit guy. On critical hit, increase range by 1. So that makes the range even bigger. Here's our critical damage. So if we combine our 2 criticals, which we can't do, we don't have the money, take our free rerolls. Definitely picking up the armor. One more reroll. We'll save this guy. We'll do the thing next time. Let's go see how this floor goes. Hoping for some melee guys. I'm tired of all these AoE ranged projectile guys. I guess be careful what you ask for. I'm getting all melee guys and they're not dying fast enough. Yep, not quite dying as fast as I'm. So we're still at the move point. Alright, we got 4 spaces. I hit a reroll because I'm looking for some specific spaces. So I can do this. I wanted this weapon to be touching like that. Go ahead and buy this. We've been holding off on that, so we'll go ahead and do that. Always get a revive when you can. Now we're going to combine our crit. So we had +14. Now it's just +10. But it allows us to put this in there. That one's pierce. And that one's pierce. Not a huge. Let's see what happens to this guy. So that was pretty good. On life steal. Combine those. This is now maxed. Increase our critical hit chance. So next time we'll definitely buy this, upgrade to get it to a 3rd one, and see what happens. Just killed the elites. We're still not doing damage fast enough to kill everything, which is kind of sad. But we're invulnerable, so we're just going to stand still for a second. We'll move up just a hair so we can get this point of interest. That was a lot of damage, so I'm going to move. So it's not quite working still. We need more lifesteal. We're gonna put this and this out for a second. Try this. Combine. Try this. Put this over here. Combine. So this had like 800 kills and now it has 1200 because it adds the sum of all of the kills. And now I'll add that randomly. Definitely gonna take that. Increase our critical chance. Still looking for some major items for this build. That's one that would help. What do we get for gems? On hit, deals shock damage, critical damage, medium polished, small masterwork. Critical damage. Critical damage. So that's getting us pretty high on the critical damage of this. We need something that's going to make us do more damage than this, though. There's some more damage. There's some more range. This is armor with negative move speed. Man, if I could find that item that I'm looking for, this run changes completely. But we haven't found it yet, and we're floor 18, so because my damage is still just lacking. I'm not killing anything fast enough here. I need the vampire heart, the eye, the fan, the long list of items. That would be great, and I haven't found any of them. So we're just kind of jumping around right now. Anything that adds to our damage would be great right now, actually. We need a lot more damage. As you can see, there's a ton of mobs. We're barely killing them fast enough. We're not really at risk of dying, but we're not at risk of killing things fast enough. More light steel. Alright, so now we go for, so this guy's DPS is 147, he's 150, he's 80. Start upgrading this guy. I usually like to try to do my highest DPSer. They just seem to be the most give you the most benefit when you upgrade them. Alright, this is a very cool item. It possibly, like it did here, adjacent weapons gain 30 attack speed. You get another person's starting unit or starting item. So if I can fit this somewhere where it touches at least 2 weapons, which I can do by doing, nope, by doing, put this here, put this here, put this here. If I do like that, this is now giving both of these 30% attack speed, which is pretty powerful. There's a whole bunch of vitality but less damage, and I just said my damage is what's lacking. Medium chipped, large chipped, medium polished. Pierce again. Tell you, if I was doing a ranged run, I don't get those things. But when I'm doing a complete melee run, every single time. More armor. More crit chance. And we're out of money again. Hit one more reroll. Save this for next floor. You can tell I'm just not doing enough damage yet. I've got the range, I just don't have the damage. Things are way too surviving way too long. Like I should be killing them as soon as they spawn, not having them get all the way on top of me every time. So I need something like the Vampire Heart, the Vampire Crown, the I don't know, several weapons, several things that add a ton of damage. Because at this point I don't know if we killed the boss with this build. I mean, this adds damage. I'm gonna take it because alright, well, we picked up the fan. So this adds more when stationary, more dodge. Didn't add any damage, but it makes us attack faster. Not gonna take the luck, I don't think. I might even, I will take the luck, but I'm going to replace it with that luck. Gives us a little more luck, but it doesn't take away. We're going to go all in on the elites because at this point we're searching for anything to add damage. Alright, that adds damage. Getting a little too late for this guy, but we're going to put it in. It adds instantly kill on critical hit. So if I can take these crit items, get his crit to 100%. I don't think I have any other crit items though. But if we can get his crit up, that can possibly work for us. Wow, we're out of rerolls, we're out of money. So I guess we're going to try it like this. We didn't quite get his crit to 100. We have more crit damage on him. Alright, so our ending stats, we got 224 armor. Our melee power and damage are really low, but and our negative move speed would be amazing if we were able to find the eye for range, but such is life, you don't always get what you want. Alright, we're going to dodge around for a minute because there's a lot of elites. So I drank all those potions. Oh, I got invincibility. We're going to stand still. Do as much damage as we could while we were invincible. 45 seconds. He's only at half health. I don't know, it's getting close. I think we're gonna kill him. 20 seconds, 10 seconds, or 20 seconds, and we've killed him. Amount of armor made it enough that we could stand still and kill him. So let's see where we ended up. About the same amount of damage as the no move, or as the no weapons run, so 3 million-ish damage. Yeah, good run. Hit like, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.